Edit demo for double exposure. So first I need to find one portrait I took in the studio and one high-res nature picture. So I wanted a landscape. Make sure you click on, make sure I go to Tools, Size, Large, and that the picture is over 1,000 pixels, so that one is not. That one is, so right click, Save Image As. And then I need my studio picture. So this is what I created, we'll create. So I'm gonna File, Open. I think it's in my downloads. So there's my picture. Open my picture. And then the goal is to select the subject to remove the background. So I could do this two ways. This is my contextual taskbar. I can go to Window, Contextual Taskbar, and I can just hit Remove Background. And maybe Photoshop will do an amazing job. It did okay. The other way to do this is to try maybe my Select Object tool and click. And then I'm going to go to Select and Mask to fine tune. I'm going to use Refine Edge. And I'm just going to do his hair. I could also hit Refine Hair. And you can change the way you view things right here. Make sure my selection is nice and clean. I could feather it a little if needed so it does the edges. And then when I'm done, make sure it says New Layer with Layer Mask. If you can't see this, it's right here. New Layer with Layer Mask, hit OK. So now I have my picture with the background removed. So my goal is to have the subject on its own layer. Okay, so now I have it with a layer mask attached. File, Place Embedded, get my nature picture. File, Place Embedded, and find the nature picture that I saved. Oh, so that one came up nice and big, so it covers the entire subject. If I need to change the size, Edit, Transform, Scale, and then I can change the size. Now I need to create a clipping mask. So I click with two fingers or right click on it, scroll down to create clipping mask. And that clips the image straight onto my selection. So now it's just only on the person I selected. So now I need to change the blending mode. So this will change the way it looks and give it a different effect. So I could use Lighten. Screen looks pretty good. That looks bad. I don't like that one. So you're just gonna go through and see which one looks the best. So I think Screen looks the best. And again, you're right here is your blending mode. Make sure you're on the picture of nature. Then I can reposition my nature picture to make it look better. So I would have to go to my Move tool. And you see how I can move the nature picture around? I could hit Command T to change it if I wanted. Make sure it goes over the whole picture. Then I'm going to add a curves adjustment just to add some better contrast. So if this isn't here, I can go Adjustment, Curves, I could also click right here, curves. And then you should do an S curve. Keep it on the line. Make sure you leave your midtones in the middle. Okay, so now I need to do a solid adjustment layer. So I'm going to click right here on this guy. I'm looking for solid color. And then I don't want black. I'll put this, so I need to click and drag it below the picture so I have a background again. And then I can double click on it. Maybe I pick a color from the picture. I think a lighter color is gonna look best. So I'm in the color picker, hit OK, and make sure it is down here so it's underneath my picture with the layer. Okay, so now I want to make sure everything looks good. Your layer should look like this. So I have curves, I have my nature picture, I have the portrait that I selected the background out of, and then my color fill layer. So now I'm just gonna file, save. Always save your PSD files in case you have to redo something. Then I'm going to Command Shift 4. I'm going to take a screenshot, making sure I get my layers in there. And then I also want to file, save as a copy, and make it a JPEG. And hit save. And then turn all 3 of them into Google Classroom. Happy editing!